Hi everyone, this is the second part of Covid-19 desktop widget development using JavaFX tutorial series. And in the last tutorial, we talked about fetching the data from the online API. We learned how to get the data from these two URLs and how to convert it into Java object. As of now, when we start our program, it will fetch the COVID data from the online server and display it on the uh, console. So in this chapter, what we are going to do is to create the GUI for the tracker. So we will be creating this design from FXML. Then we will wire it with our application to work. Okay, so let us start coding. I am going to create a new package inside my root package. Let me name it as GUI, and here let me create another package. Let it be widget, and here I am going to create an fxml file. So let me name it as the widget. So it is a widget.fxml file, and here I am going to name the controller as widget.controller. If you press alt enter, then this window will come and you can create the widget controller right from there. Okay, now we have the widget controller. We have to do the designing. So let me open that in scene builder. So opening scene builder. It is opening the scene builder. It is opening the file in the backend. Okay, it is now open. If you have any problem with the scene builder not opening, just search for scene builder. And when you do search for JavaFX. When you search for JavaFX, there is a section that provides the path to scene builder. In my case, it is installed inside C program files, scene builder.exe. If you don't know how to open that window, go to file, settings, control alt s, and here you can choose the scene builder.exe file, and then it will work without any problem. One thing that you have to make sure that you have latest latest version for JavaFX 11, not JavaFX 8. Since we are using Java 14, this version is the correct one. JavaFX scene builder 11.0.0. Okay, now coming back to designing, we have an anchor pane. Very good. We need a VBox container. I have a lot of tutorials regarding FXML designing. So if you are new to FXML designing, please watch some of those videos to get an idea. The first thing I need to add is a label. So here in this label, we will display the, let me do it with the widget. So we will show COVID-19 information. Okay, so that will be the first label. Then what we need is we need two rows, one row for the global cases and one row for the country specific cases. So for that, I'm going to add an hbox. So that will be the second item in the vbox. So hbox. Okay, inside the hbox, I need a font icon. I need an icon. So here, in order to, I am going to use the library called Ikonli. So if you search for Ikonli, you will come up with this nice library called map Ikonli. This can be used to add icons to your program. Regarding the dependency is available in Maven. You have to use this 11 point version because this one, the other one is for JavaFX 8 version, and 11.1 can be used for JavaFX 11 and better versions. So when you open this, there are a lot of icon packs and a lot of things to import. You don't need all of them. You just need the basic one here, the Ikonli JavaFX. So let us click on that and copy the Gradle string. So let me paste it in the build.gradle section here. Let me name it as compile. Okay, so we have added Ikonli JavaFX support to your program. Now we need to add one more icon pack. So this is just a library without any icons. In order to get an icon, you need to add an icon pack. So I'm going to add a font awesome icon pack. You can see a lot of icons. Like if you want material design icons, then you can use this. I'm going to use this Ikonli font awesome pack. So that's it. I'm going to copy the string, and here I'm going to add it again. So it will be compile font awesome pack. So now we have added two of those. Let me click on this button to make the changes. And while it works there, let us come back to the FXML scene builder, and here we have to add the library again because these are two separate programs. So in order to add that library here, the best and easy option is to simply search here Ikonli. When you search for Ikonli, you can see there is Ikonli core, Ikonli JavaFX. So let us first add Ikonli core to the scene builder. So I have clicked on that one, and let us just import jar no UI components. Then again search once more, so searching for Ikonli, and then there should be Ikonli for JavaFX. Yes, then let us import that one also. When you click on that, you can see here that there is font icon, 3 components. Let us import them, and let us add the font awesome pack as well. So Ikonli, we need Ikonli font awesome pack, which is the one that we have added into our program. So our code map, this is the one that we need, so I'm going to add that again, add jar. It is also taking just a bit to download it from the server and adding to my local system. So okay, that is also completed. So I have added the Ikonli library successfully to my scene builder. Now I can simply search for font icon, and I can add it into the hbox. In the hbox, I don't want the hbox to be that much big because the whole widget is small itself. So in order to make the size fit, you can choose preferred height as use computer size, and preferred width also you can use computer size. So now we have that one. Regarding the icon, we have to set the icon here, and regarding the icon, I am going to use the literal FA globe. FA globe is the literal for this globe icon. You may be wondering how on earth I got to know about this string. So it is actually easy. If you go to any section like this one and search for font awesome, you can see that there is a class for font awesome, and here I think I have to be in a class. Let me just create a virtual function, and here let me just type font awesome and then click on dot. Here you can see all the icon there is. So if I search on globe, I can see that there is a globe icon. In order to get the icon literal, I can click on this one and it will show me FA globe. So that is the way I usually find the icons that I need. Okay, this function is no longer needed. Okay, coming back here, we have added the icon, and what we need is a new text section. So that will be used for that will be used for showing the statistics. So if we come back here, we have the cases, then something, then recovered, something, and then we have deaths, and that will be something. So that is going to be the basic layout of our text field there. Now we have to add one more row. So this is one for the global COVID cases. We need one for the country-wise results. So before doing that, I have to do one thing. Currently the alignment of this one is not in straight line. I mean, the text is a bit downward compared to the icon. Now to fix that, you can go to the alignment section and select the top center left option. So it will be aligned in center to the left. And in order to increase the spacing between these items, we can provide the spacing. Make sure we have selected the hbox, and I am going to give the spacing as maybe 20. Okay, we will adjust that later. Now we have these two entries. We need one more hbox similar to that. Here, instead of font icon, we need another text. So let me add one more text here. Let me put it on top, and here it will be country code like India, Canada, CN, like that. So now we have these two cases. Now we need to apply CSS to make it look like that, and along with that we also have to reduce the size. Currently there is a lot of white space out there. To fix the space, what you have to do is go to the layout section, select the VBox, and make sure the preferred height is set to use computer sizes. So now it is reduced to this much section. You can see the two blue dots out there, blue arrows there. Then select the anchor pane, the top container, and you can see that it is set to 600 and 400. You can also set that to use computer size. Now there is a lot of width that is unutilized. In order to fix that, you can select use computer size for that too. Here also you have to choose use computer size. Now now everything is fit. Now to add some padding, like being the text on the very edge is not a good idea. It doesn't look good, so you have to add some margin. So here I am adding margin 20. Here I am adding margin 20. Here also, and in the bottom section also I am adding 20 as 20 pixel margins. Now let us start working on the CSS. Now we have to work on the CSS. So let us create a CSS file. Let me create a new package. So it will be GUI.style, and inside that package we will add a CSS file. So I'm going to use create new file option, and here I'm going to name it as main.style.css. Now let us, in this section, let us write the CSS that is common to all the components. I have explained this in previous, like in different tutorials. The important thing here is whatever you write inside this section will be applied to every component in the application. So here I'm going to define the base color. So when you define a base color, it will be used as a base color for background, and other colors will be automatically adjusted. And 23 23 23 is this color, COVID-19 information, that background color. So I'm going to use that one. And then regarding the font family, I'm going to use a monospace font. There is a reason why we have to use monospace font, because as you can see here, we have cases, recovered, deaths, everything is formatted as a string. So in order to make these two rows similar to each other, we have to make use of a monospace font. So the font that I have used in the application is called Hack. That if your system has it, you can use it. If it is not available, then you will have to switch back to Noto Mono. And if both is not available, then you can switch back to Arial, and like that you can define as many font as you want. So if one is available, the next one will be taken. So we have defined FX base and FX font family. Now we can come to the widget.xml file and attach that CSS file. So GUI style main style.css, and as you can see, now we have the COVID-19, we have the CSS applied. Now we have to make some adjustment to the font and all those things. Okay, let me adjust it in such a way that you can see both windows. Okay, we just need to see how it is getting affected there. Okay, let me write it here. We have written the basic structure. Now we have to add a style for this COVID-19 information, that thing. So I'm going to name the CSS class as main title, and here I have to specify FX font weight. I need it as bold. Also, one more thing I need to change is FX font size. I need the font size to something like 16 pt. Then I have to tell scene builder that I need to use the class main title for that one. Yes, now it is more looking like the one that I have. So COVID-19 information, that section is fine. And then we have to define things for normal text and the content text. So regarding content, what I mean is these two things. So it is a define CSS for content text. So content text, and here I am going to set the font size as 14 pt, 2 pt smaller than the title. I think require a little bit more size, so let us make it as 20 pt. And here regarding the content, I'm going to use 16 pt. So coming to the style class content text, that is 16 pt. Then here it is again 16 pt. Okay, now you have those two things. And then we have to add one more thing, so that will be the country title. So for country title, the IN text or the prefix of the country, there we have to use some other font size. So there I am going to use the font size as 16 pt. Okay, we can adjust it like this. Okay, 16 pt. Then I have to change the font color to white as well. Okay, and country title, let me apply that to that text. So coming to the style class section, content typing. Okay, very good. So that also is looking very much fine now. Now we have to make this globe a little bit bigger. So let me expand this. And here we can set the globe size. So I'm going to set it to something like 50, not enough, 28. If I set it to 30, yeah, if I set it to 30, then both these rows match. Okay, so that is very good. That is looking fine. And the thing that we have to change here is we have to change the text color for these two. So for the content text, we have to again change the font FX fill, and let me use it as white. Okay, now that is also white. Regarding setting color for that one, we can set it right from the FXML, so that is not a big deal, and that is fine. Okay, now we need to add one more CSS, that is, we have this context menu. We'll be doing that later, so let me just add CSS for that, or maybe I think it will be better if we add it later for you to understand. Okay, fine. Now we have the FXML designing complete. We have all the elements. The next step is giving variable names, IDs for them. So here, this one we will have to change. So I'm going to name it as text country code. Then here it is text country report. And here we have another one, text global report. And this is title. We don't have to change that, so that is not needed. Then for the anchor pane, I am going to name it as root pane. Okay, now we have all the components that we will need. We can come back to the widget fxml.fxml, and here you can see the IDs. If you alt enter on that, there is an option to create the root pane. So I'm going to make use of that to quickly create these objects in the controller class. So code and report. So that is all the components we want. So anchor pane, then these three, 2, 3. Okay, now the controller should implement an initializable class, so that is as per the JavaFX convention. Now we have the controller class aligned. Now the next step is to come back to our launch class and make this widget.fxml loaded automatically. So let's see how we can do that. To load the fxml, let us make use of xml loader from JavaFX. So fxml loader dot load, and here we have to give the widget.fxml. So for that, we have to specify get class, get resource, and we are getting the fxml as a stream. So /com /genuine coder /GUI /widget /widget.fxml. Now we have the fxml loaded, and we have to load it into a parent. So that will be parent root, and instead of specifying the stack pane like this, we can simply pass our parent root to there, and let us run the program. If we run the program just like this, then it won't work because there is an issue. I'll tell you that about in detail. You can see here that it is showing this error, location is required. A lot of people were reporting this error, like they can't run the product because it is always showing the location is required when working with build.gradle. That is because when the build happens, the build is not considering the fxml files or the css files. It is only considering the Java files. In order to make the build system consider the fxml and css files, you have to add these two lines to your Gradle. Let me paste it here. So what this is saying is, consider the fxml, css and png files as resources itself. Currently there are no icons used, so this png is not required. But if your program has some logos and you have kept the logo under source main Java package, then you will have to add this line as well to include those in the program. For now, that is not required here. So once we add these two Gradle lines and make the changes with that icon, if we run the program again, we should be able to get our window. As you can see, the window is coming. So we have the basic window, but it is not like the one that we wanted, because first of all, we don't need this decoration. We shouldn't have this minimizable maximizable thing there. So we have to fix those issues. Plus we don't want this to be here, because we need to move this data fetching module to the controller, widget controller class. So this is the basics of the GUI. We simply created the GUI and we loaded the GUI in this chapter. In the next chapter, we will continue from there. See you on the next one. Bye.